All right, what's up, everybody? So I just wanted to take you along on a tour of my garden and also explain to you how I plant my garden and why I plant my garden in the manner that I do. Um, if you listen closely, you hear a lot of splashing. And if you look closely, I'm standing in puddles. Now, if I would have had plants at ground level, they'll be flooded out right now. And another keynote, there's a lot of crawfish holes around here, which means this ground is always saturated when it does rain. Now, when it doesn't rain, this ground is hard, it's solid. But when it does rain, it's just like that. You see how easy that is? And that's a crawfish hole. So the solid fact that there's plenty of crawfish holes around here is proof that this garden or this land itself collects a lot of water over short periods of time, or in between each period of time, it collects a lot of water. See the crawfish hole? A lot of my plants are actually next to crawfish holes for the simple fact that those crawfish holes help with drainage and they also collect water. So they work for two benefits. Notice that crawfish hole, you can't see the bottom of it. I can't either. I doubt I could reach the bottom of it. But there's plenty of them around here. So this ground, as I said, it gets saturated a lot. So to prevent my plants from flooding out, what do? I plant them in these raised containers. I plant them in containers that act as raised beds. So I wanted to actually take you guys on a journey with me to finish planting one more container. Just for note, these two rows right here are all native seed search varieties, and these are all drought tolerant varieties. And these are two fresh rows that I just finished planting. I have one more container left, which we'll do together. So this is basically what I use. I recycle a lot of materials too, as you see over there. You can see the juice bottles and whatnot. So I do recycle materials, but preferably I would rather use this, but I can only buy as much as funds allow. Now I do get 100 containers for $20, so that's not too bad. And to fill up 100 containers, I only need $12 worth of soil or compost or manure. I only need $12 worth. So $30 to $32 to plant 100 plants above ground and guarantee that they're flood resistant. That's not bad at all. So as you can see, the bottom is cut out on this container and the grass is poking through it. What do? I cover it. Cover it with soil. The grass dies out on its own after about a week to 2 weeks. One or two grass blades might make it through. You just put them up. It's nothing to complain about, honestly. And I haven't actually weeded any of these containers, but one or two may come up in an odd container. So just like that, I filled it with soil. Now what's left? To plant a seed. So this variety here, Santo Domingo Mixed Melon, is from Native Seed Search. As I said, these two rows are all Native Seed Search varieties. They're all melons and watermelons. So I'm getting too much dirt inside the seed pack. I'm going to just tap 2 seeds into here, since I've been sowing 2 seeds per container, just like that. And I'm just going to push about that deep. 2 seeds per container. If they both come up, that's fine. I'm not planning on calling any of them or pruning any of the weak, slower growing plants or anything. I don't plan on doing anything like that. So 2 seeds per container. And that's how I plant this flood resistant garden. Now, how do I make it drought resistant? Well, that actually depends on the variety that you're growing, if it's drought resistant or not. How do you know if a variety is drought resistant if there's no information online? You test it yourself. you water it as least as possible. So you can see here, these leaves are green, green, green. Let me find something with actual heat damage here, or drought damage. This isn't actually heat damage, but it's drought damage from when the mix dries out, the container mix dries out, and the plant gets thirsty. It starts showing signs of that. So any plants that don't show signs of this, when the planting mix dries out, it's a drought tolerant variety. So a lot of these melons are actually drought tolerant varieties, which is a thumbs up for me. There's another one that isn't drought tolerant. Now there's websites that sell mostly drought tolerant varieties and whatnot, but there's other varieties that may be drought tolerant that may not be on those websites. So that's how I plant my drought tolerant and drought resistant and flood resistant garden, guys. As you can see, there's many pools of water. There's many pools of water in this ground. I'm in New Orleans. I live in New Orleans. I'm in my second garden right now, but there's plenty of water around here. So, as I said, if these plants were ground level, it would be bad business for me. I would have lost a lot of plants by now. I'm gonna get back to finishing this up. The rain is supposed to come in about 30 minutes to an hour. We had major flooding that was on the news. So we're gonna beat all that weather before that weather beats me. I'll show y'all a nice melon while I'm out here. Here's a bitter melon. It's beginning to turn white. It's a bitter melon. I'll show you. Nice watermelon. And here's an orange glow watermelon. Growing nice in these drought conditions and infrequent rains. So that's how I design a drought tolerant and flood tolerant garden. You can see growing very, very well. That thing is leafing out. And here's a new planting that I did. And they're starting to come up. I planted these about 4 days ago to 5 days ago. And these are coming up, so. We finish up, guys. That one's picking up and I don't want to get caught in it, so. How I plant a drought resistant and flood resistant garden. I choose drought resistant varieties, and I also just test the varieties by not watering them and seeing how they respond. And I plant in containers that act as raised beds. Thank you.